My name is Sakate Khaitan. I'm a partner of ALMT Legal, senior partner. I head the financial services group. My core of the practice is corporate commercial. ALMT was created in London by four Indian practicing lawyers that saw a market in Indian law in London. Thereafter, the company opened an office in Mumbai in 2001. 2003, one of the founding partners left. Three of us joined the firm, taking the number to 15. We're now, as I said, 90 lawyers. We're a full-service law firm. We advise mostly on cross-border transactions. Given that we are now within the top 10 in India, we are now getting a lot of traction in India itself and advising a lot of firms and larger companies in India on their legal services. I think we've pushed change. Our firm is one of the very few that have pushed the change. I mean, we are one of the firms that have not got our birth, if you like, in family firms. If you went back 10 years, all the top firms in India were family-run, single-person focused, and they advised family-run companies. And basically, they had good contacts with the promoters, and that's where they got their work. We are a firm that when we were created, did not have a single person that had a background in law. And we created it from scratch. There are 2 or 3 firms like us which are now within the top 10 in India. And I think we are pushing change. And I think that is going to go further, because what the family firms are finding is that if they do not reward their high fee earners, their intelligent associates, if you like, people who keep the client and do the work, they're not going to get anywhere. The other challenge, of course, for family-run firms is India is committed to open up its legal services market, which means that they have to, most law firms, including ours, have to move more towards a Western style of functioning. Because obviously, when Western firms come, it is based on meritocracy rather than on nepotism or cronyism. We, as a firm, are committed, as and when India opens up, to see opportunities and join the right person with a global presence. Which means that as and when India opens up, we will be probably on the forefront to ensure that Indian firms or Indian law firms are multinational rather than only national. And I think what that would do, and what it would bring to the legal services market, is that it would bring Western knowledge of the legal services market into India. It would allow for performance of services which are very high and professional, rather than on personal relations as it's currently based. It would give an opportunity for our associates to move out of India and practice law in other jurisdictions. It would allow us as Indian firms to increase the level of fees that we charge. It would generally make the legal services market more mature. And I think we welcome it. And the reason why we welcome it is because our firm is most closely aligned to the Western firms. And the reason for that is we are here. One of our offices is in London. We regularly interact with UK law firms, with US law firms. We know what they expect. We know what the clients expect, and we know the level of advice and the type of advice that is required of us. And therefore, we welcome it. I think what will happen to the family law firms is that it's going to change quite a bit. They're going to have to readjust. They're going to have to fight more competition, particularly from firms like ours. I mean, we know for a fact that 2 or 3 family law firms have gone on record to say that they will not merge with Western law firms because they're large enough. My personal view is, I don't think that will last. It may last for a few years, a decade, but in the long run, if you want your firm to survive, you need to move with the times. And if you want to be big and you want to be advising clients who are within the top Fortune 500 companies, you need to be big, you need to be able to provide professional services on time and in the manner that the client expects of you. And that necessarily means a change in mindset. And I think that is what's going to happen. The companies and services we intend to target, I mean, I've always had this vision for the firm that we will be on one side of the transaction in every big transaction that happens in India. That is what my vision for the firm is. That is the vision that is shared by my colleagues, and that is the vision with which we have grown. We've grown from 7 lawyers to 90 lawyers in a matter of 5 years. We intend to keep growing. And despite this market, we've found that the firm is still very strong. We've still got a lot of traction getting clients in. We're advising the top companies going into India, both globally as well as Indian companies. But we haven't lost our small firm focus. We still advise people, handhold people who are entrepreneurs. We have advised, for example, 3 companies, 3 entrepreneurs who did not have too much of cash flow with them. We've taken them on, we've handheld them, and today, they've got private equity investment, at least one of them, and they're on track to become one of the largest companies in their sector. And that is the focus of our firm, to advise small companies who've got good potential, as well as advise large companies in large transactions.